Welcome to Hooper Mix TV, where we talk everything hoops. My name is Eli.
And my name is Pat, and on this video, we'll be starting a series called The Forgotten All-Stars.
In this series, each video will be focusing on one All-Star that no one remembers and shining some light on them.
Talking about their rise to stardom, and then what happened after, and why does no one talk about them no more.
Y'all ready? Let's get started. Yo, Pat, can you name me some All-Stars that played on the Clippers in the last 20 years?
We got Kawhi, CP3.
Nah, I'm talking about big men.
Oh, you mean Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, or is it Elton Brand?
Elton Brand is a good topic for another time, but I'm talking about a center with a sick nickname.
Well, folks, if you read the title above, then you know who we are talking about, and that is the All-Star Center, Chris, the Caveman Kaman. Which I would say is a killer nickname which matches his face.
Before we start, do you guys even know who Chris Kaman is? You guys probably remember him as a role player, a bench warmer, or maybe a legend from Shaqtin' a Fool.
Well, Chris Kaman was an all-star once in his career, which was when he was with the Clippers during the 2009-2010 season.
So let's look at his career and start all the way from the beginning.
Kaman, standing at 7 feet tall, played 3 years at Central Michigan. In his last year there, he averaged 22 points and 12 rebounds and soon declared for the NBA draft.
His main reasoning for entering the draft was so that he can raise money for a chicken farm in his hometown of Michigan. And he didn't even realize he was joining the 2003 class.
It's pretty weird that no one talks about how he was part of that legendary rookie class. Some would say the 5th or 6th best player in that draft.
He was picked 6th by the Los Angeles Clippers when they were looking for a reliable center at that time. Before him, they had 3 centers where the last names they couldn't even pronounce.
He played in all 82 games in his rookie season and was the second Clipper rookie to ever accomplish this. However, he wasn't getting much minutes until his 3rd year, which was the 2005 and 2006 season.
After that season, the Clippers saw potential in him and started giving him meaningful minutes, and Chris, the Caveman Kaman, produced good numbers for the next 5 years he would be at Los Angeles.
Now, let's talk about how Kaman rose to stardom. In the 07-08 season, the Clippers had lost 2 of their core members, Sean Livingston and Elton Brand, to injuries.
No one had expected them to be competitive until Chris Kaman emerged as one of the most dominant centers at the time, and finished the season averaging a double-double around 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 blocks a game.
But he did not meet the required games played in the regular season to be a stats leader, but he would have ranked 3rd in both rebounds and blocks if he did qualify.
During the 2009 and 2010 season, Kaman received his first and only All-Star selection for the Western Conference that year.
Note that these were the years where big men are more valuable than they are now, and to prove that point, these were the names of the other big men that were also All-Stars that year. We have Duncan, Nowitzki, Sebo, Garnett, Pau Gasol, and Dwight Howard as some of the notable stars that were also a part of the All-Star teams that year.
Kaman averaged 18.5 points, 9.3 rebounds throughout this season, but the Clippers still failed to make the playoffs. He led the team in scoring and was the focal point of the Clippers' offense. Kaman expanded his game with a reliable jump shot, add that with his finesse in the post, and it made him one of the most formidable centers that season.
Also, with his impeccable footwork and a fearless attitude of trying to block all shots coming at the rim, he was not scared of being on ESPN's highlight of the night as someone who just got posterized.
With that being said, Kaman ranked as one of the most effective defenders in the NBA that year. However, this was his best season with the Clippers and his second last season before being traded. It begs the question, if he was an All-Star and a focal point of their offense, why was he traded?
Well, the season after his All-Star year, 2 major things happened that would derail his career. First, he suffered a deltoid ligament sprain in his left ankle which made him only play 32 games.
The second reason was the rise of another big man on the Clippers named DeAndre Jordan. Due to Kaman being injured, Jordan got the opportunity to start, and even though he was inexperienced, less skilled at that time, DeAndre Jordan was a more athletic, a better rebounder and defender for the Clippers.
At the end of that season, both LA teams were gunning for CP3, and the Clippers won that fight by shipping Chris Kaman and 2 other players to the New Orleans Hornets.
This is where Kaman's career started to fall off. Starting for a new team, he only played 47 games, averaging 13 and 8. Then, the next season, he would join his longtime friend Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas.
With the Mavs, he averaged 11 and 6 for 66 games, and bounced back the next season to play for LA, but in gold and purple with the Lakers, averaging only 10 and 6 for 39 games.
In summary, in 4 years, he played for 4 different teams where his averages and number of games played continued to dwindle down. He never got back his all-star stats and was basically a backup center.
In his final 2 seasons, the Caveman played for the Trailblazers and was a second-string center next to Robin Lopez. His role was not to be a star on the court as he once was, but to be the voice in the locker room that the Blazers team badly needed, and his veteran leadership played a big role in the development of this young team, especially with the 2 upcoming stars in McCollum and Lillard.
However, this was really the end of his career, averaging the worst numbers almost as bad as his rookie season. Therefore, he decided to hang it up and end his 13-year career.
So, was Chris Kaman really a good player?
Well, the answer is yeah. Especially in the loaded Western Conference where there was so many good centers and power forwards, how he still got an all-star spot is truly amazing.
For sure, he wasn't as dominant as the other centers, but he still produced and got the job done for the Clippers in his best season.
We believe that Kaman was able to reach the peak of his potential, but was short-lived because of injuries. And an aging body played a big role in the digression of his career. While he got weaker and weaker, more younger players were taking his minutes.
It happens to many stars and players in the league because not everyone can maintain playing at a high level the older you get. Unfortunately, not everyone is LeBron James.
Well, that's the career of Chris Kaman. Do you guys think if he didn't get injured, DeAndre Jordan would have taken his starting minutes? How many more All-Star selections would have he made?
Well, now you have heard the entire story about the rise and fall of the Caveman. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
If you like this series, tell us in the comments, or if you have any other forgotten All-Star suggestions, leave it down below. Well, that's it for this one, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.